That Podcast.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 31 of Better Hit the Map podcast. You probably can't hear me because I'm nowhere near my microphone.
You're going to hate that audio.
Hello chaps. I know, I realised my shoulder was in the mic. I'll overdub it because you can't see my mouth.
You can certainly do that.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween.
Cheers, fellas.
Yes, cheers indeed.
Cheers.
Oh shit, I can't drink that. Firstly, I have to apologise for the last show not coming out on schedule. That was on me. I had too much to do. One of the reasons I'm wearing this mask, and I have yellow eyes, I've been at London Comic Con all weekend, and I've literally just got back. So much so, I haven't even had time to take my fake tattoos off my face, turning the wrong way. Hence the rather sinister look. And it's all kind of melted and shit. But yeah, this is my life now, apparently.
Lovely.
So I was
Good.
frantically preparing for that, and awesome weekend. Display fights, combat stuff, teaching loads of people. You can hear my voice is shot to shit, so I plan not to talk too much on this episode. You'll be very glad to know. But yeah, it's been really good. And we also had a thing I didn't realise was actually happening. They asked those of us who look like Sith with red lightsabers to walk around with Darth Vader and a little boy dressed as Darth Vader up onto a stage where he made a big sort of entrance. And I found out afterwards it was a Make-A-Wish, and he hasn't got along with us, which kind of broke me, but it was a real honour to be involved with something like that. So
Quite awesome.
That's awesome, man.
Not going to bang on about it too much. Check out my socials. It's all over the flipping place.
I did see the little Indiana Jones that ran around with the ball behind him. Now that's getting into it right there.
I have never tried to get my phone out and load the camera that fast in my life. I'm like, I'm going to miss it. It's just one of the best things I saw all weekend. Those cosplays are brilliant. It was obviously a kid and their dad. Kid was dressed as Indy, really short, so the dad was just a huge boulder, and they just ran up and down the concourse, and going, out of the way! I've got the video. I'll put it in. Fuck it. It's a video.
It was hilarious.
Just utterly superb. So, But yeah, sorry. Podcast was late.
That's okay.
Not a problem.
We'll let it slide this time.
How's yours?
There's all kinds of controversial stuff you had to edit out of it anyways, so it'll be all good.
Cheers.
So,
I'm getting a drink now.
Yeah, there you go. How you guys been?
Good. How you been?
Good.
Tired. Anything new going on in your world?
I just moved in a new office. I have a new facility, which is awesome. So we had a pretty small office with 2 exam lanes, pretty small place, and we just moved in this big giant area. So my last 2 weeks have been just get everything working. So we have so much technology. You guys all know how that works. Is that if one thing's miswired, everything is fucked. So that's been fun doing that. But it's been just kind of cool where progression in life. It's one of those reminders. You do something for a long time, and then there's the next, episode and volume of that, which is cool. So it's been a fun week of thinking about the future, which has been nice.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And what's your opinion of costume cosplay contact lenses, Tom?
Some of them are very unsafe if you buy them like the gas station, but some of them have pretty decent ones.
These are really good, actually. 3 days
Yeah.
in.
is this the first time Tom is saying don't buy something at a gas station?
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm going to say budget your money properly at a gas station and use the things that are good.
And you can ingest the contacts just like the dick pills.
Yeah,
In the same fashion that you wouldn't put the dick pills in your eyes, you also should not put gas station costume contacts.
But if you do swallow them, they'll have exactly the same effect, which is nothing.
Correct. Nothing.
Yep. So use them wisely.
Yeah.
Be
Do you chase those with Four Loko also, or does it enhance the effect?
You can.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I might drop in that little clip I did for your wedding video, Tom. What's it going to do it? I just walked in, turned right, and went, ah. Hi, Tom and Heather. Well, I didn't think I'd be doing my video for your wedding in quite such a glamorous location, but given Dr. Tom's proclivity for this. I couldn't resist it. It had to be done here. So I couldn't find any Four Loko in the shop, but is it these ones? They're the ones I need? Oh, it's not working.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Where are you, Trav?
Oh, well, actually, I signed up this week to expand my practice. I signed up for Power Yoga with Brian Kest.
Interesting move.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. That's about the only thing really going on that's new.
What's the rundown on that? Like length of
8
certification?
weeks. 8 weeks. You have 6 months to actually complete the certification.
Okay.
And I hashtag no rules.
There you go.
When this is done, he said basically you get a certificate, but that certificate doesn't allow you to teach. He said, I can't give you that, right to teach. He said, the only thing that's going to make you a yoga teacher is if you have students. And if those students show up, then you can continue to be a yoga teacher. So
There you go.
It's fucking yoga, baby.
Yeah,
So,
man. So I'm
what do you guys know about Brian? Is Brian Kest basically he's the guy that kind of brought power yoga to the United States, right? So he's
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I remember doing his videos. I found them on YouTube a while ago, and they're cool. I don't know if you ever seen them, the black and white ones where he has the long hair and he's wearing the
crazy.
jeans.
They're very 90s influence.
Whoa! You could tell it was a VHS cassette. It's awesome. So if you get a chance, check those out. But if you can see what he does, you can see the influence. 100% the influence has been on Dallas. I mean, it is very, very carbon copy. But awesome. He seems like a cool dude. I'm happy that you're doing that.
I like his philosophy. He's not centered around the Sanskrit. He doesn't. It's not. There's no hocus pocus. There's no gimmick. He's straight up. And he sold me. There's an introduction video, and in the first 10 minutes, I was completely sold. He talked about well-being, as well as strength. But the well-being is his main focus. So it was just wow. It just wowed me. So I'm excited. We'll see what comes.
Trav, awesome. Knowing your personality and the way that you instruct and what your major goals for your students, that seems like perfect for you, man. That seems really right up your alley.
100%.
Happy for you, brother. That's awesome.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
Are we talking about the elephant in the room, or we're not?
Oh, absolutely. You do. I mean, you guys at the end of every single one of these episodes talk about where you're teaching online classes and shit. By the time this drops, I don't even think you announce it anymore.
Not.
Yeah?
Maybe not.
Well, I'll go ahead and finish it up since I kind of started with my transition of practice. At first, I kind of took it as a baseball to the bat to the face, but I'm looking at it as a total positive. I've already announced it to most of my students. Saturday and Sunday are our biggest classes. So I sat in for Marcel this morning, and so I've already spoken to about majority of the students that come to our classes, and they're going to stick with us whatever we do.
It's good to know.
That's good. That's great to know.
Yeah.
So
it's family.
I'm not putting it out there.
The name's there.
I'm not putting it out there as a bad thing at all. I'm looking at it as a total positive, because here's the thing as well. I would have stuck with the same routine, DDPY, over and over and over. I probably would have never looked at power yoga. And so it's just making me expand, my practice. And I'll still teach DDPY if it's, if I have some live classes. And we are still allowed to do one-on-ones.
So they've announced that a lot of the instructors that are doing a lot of the online courses, and obviously the three of you here have your own platforms. That's going to be going away mid-November potentially. There are going to be maybe some solutions to allow L2s to still offer live workouts to individuals, but the details are still being worked out. But for the time being, a lot of those available group classes will cease. One-on-ones are still available. There's bound to be all kinds of crazy cool workouts. For me, you can start downloading all of my workouts on Napster and Kazaa. So
can you spell that for me so I can Google that?
That would be NAPSTER, and then you're just going to go to that little search box, and you're just going to type in METALLICA-BLCKALBUM, and all of my workouts will come up under Metallica's Black Album.
I was gonna say all I got was a
Nice.
picture of Lars Ulrich. So
Nice.
Do not tell Hayden.
And a
Thank
cease
you.
and desist.
I still have an old laptop, Windows 95, so I don't even have to upload the program. It's right on there.
But you're probably going
Right
to need
there.
another America Online disk. It's going to take you 100 hours to download it because you actually, even if you have high-speed internet,
yes.
you can't use Napster unless you're on a 56K modem. It's a well-known trick of the trade.
Make sure you got your zip disk sitting there.
That's right.
Yeah,
Oh,
zip
God,
disk. Oh
disk.
god, that's a callback.
Jesus Christ! I think I paid $45 for a zip disk once.
They were crazy.
Yep.
That's what I put my first MP3s on, though, was that zip disk. Took them home from
Yep.
school.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, well, things are changing, but I'm optimistic about what some of those changes might bring. And yeah,
that makes one of us.
I will tell you one thing. If there's ever a time where we can say that we made a mark and we made a dent and we made a little kerfuffle, we can definitely say we did. So that's pretty cool.
yeah,
Probably the second time we could say that.
That's true.
and us,
Maybe a third, but this one is definitely a recognized one for sure.
but
I will tell you
us
guys,
being us, we will continue to make cheap side swipes for the next 6 months because that's just the shit we do. So that's the way it is.
I
It's
will
a
tell you,
source of
I have
comedy.
to thank a lot of people that's a part of our community right now. So a lot of Travis's students, a lot of Boz's students, a lot of my students, they wrote into Dallas. They sent him
Yes.
private messages. They sent him emails. They sent him very impassioned arguments of why the online classes should be there. And guess what? He fucking called every single one of them.
Really?
Contacted
Yeah.
every single one of them. Anyone made a negative complaint too? Called him.
Yep. Yep.
And he explained his exact reasoning. And I know his opinion on certain things changed when I talked to him after that, because he did thank me and said, okay, I totally understand. Now I kind of see the perspective. Now I kind of see your students. I see those relationships. I see it on the other end. They're going to work to try to meet us in the middle. We'll see. I don't know. But we made a dent. We definitely did. And we impacted a ton of people's lives in COVID.
Yes.
Pretty awesome fucking shit,
Yeah, Lavinia taught over 200 hours during that period, and most of that was free initially. So, it was for the people who were stuck at home, had nothing else to do, and DDPY were gracious enough to let us do that online. They didn't have to, and I do appreciate that.
When we're
However you
way
spin
better
it.
instructors for doing it too. That's the other thing.
Yeah, the hours. Yeah,
I think
hours of
that's the
teaching.
thing. That's the thing that can't be glossed over is
Yeah,
Not at all.
having seen the way a lot of instructors approached certification pre all these online workouts, it was a shit show. And it still kind of is a shit show.
Still is.
It's not the most
Still
complete
is.
program in the world for certification. It's a lot of kind of find your own shit and figure it out approach. There is a forum, but even that forum is like, you should have used a search bar. Nobody's going to help that new guy. But that platform, it allowed a lot better of integration. It allowed a lot better people to work with other instructors that maybe aren't their mentors and to learn a lot. And I think it will forever have a bigger impact positively than the negative aspects, no matter how Dallas is going to view it. It was huge for the program going forward from a certification standpoint. And I think the certification program is probably going to take a small step back without it. So, but you can find me teaching Peloton workouts from a yoga mat going forward. So, also available on Napster.
Exactly. That Napster stock just went up 3 points today.
Right. I just got to
And
get a Peloton.
I mainly just.
a $1,400 stationary bike.
Facebook Marketplace, there's like 50 of them in my area. So
I don't doubt it. Yeah, I never thought
everybody
about
gave
that.
up on that. I've been looking for a couple pieces of equipment for my gym, and I see Pelotons every day now.
What annoys the shit out of me about those things is they're so damn heavy, and they're always right where I need to fit a thing.
Where you need to be, yeah.
I have to
Well, and
move
they
them
just
on their
released the
little
second
mat.
gen, Tom, so you might see a lot of people trying to sell their first gens
Oh, okay.
as they upgrade. So
Did the second gens come with the little branded shoes and the branded weights and the branded
I don't know. I just
Peloton
know it came
boxes
with like
everywhere?
a $600 increase.
Wow.
So
Gee.
yeah, I'm not sure if it's slightly different components, if it's better, maybe a better integrated screen. I'm not sure. I don't know much about it.
The smart money's on those wall height mirrors that teach you yoga, and you can see yourself doing it.
Oh,
It's
like
just a
tonals
really
and shit. Yeah, those are cool.
expensive mirror. That's a ridiculous idea.
Yep.
Well, people
Yeah,
will
I'm
soon be able to have a hologram. Just have Dallas right in their living room.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, he's doing Tupac workouts?
That's right. That's right.
DDPY 2-pack, brilliant.
Well, regardless of what happens with this, I'm sure we'll figure out a way to continue to help people in whatever way that any of us can.
Yeah.
That's for certain.
That's the focus. That's the point. And that's why we all started doing it.
One main thing
I'm
is I
pretty
know
sure with
this.
all of us, it's all in action as well too. So I think we all have.
Yeah, I know one thing that a lot of core instructors are going to stick together. So the platforms really are the communities aren't going to go away.
No.
So.
And I'm just going to splinter off completely and teach fucking lightsabers, so it's not really competing with
We'll
anything.
still be together, though.
So you guys ready to bring on this week's guests?
Let's do it. So I'm going to actually be doing the honors today. So this week's guests, there's two of them, are my two good friends, Kat and Marshall Mallory. Now, you might recognize Kat from her amazing before and after shout out that Dallas gave her over social media this week. Or you may have also popularly seen Marshall's incredible Jack transformation that we shared over many DDPY groups. So let's all please welcome Kat and Marshall Mallory.
We're clapping for ourselves.
Hey!
Cheers.
With the
Cheers,
beverage.
guys. You guys have a drink?
Welcome.
Oh, crap.
That's okay.
Thanks for watching.
They're very good, big fans of the show.
No, we do.
She's got something. She'll be right back.
Look, I'm-
happy to break.
This is our water we drink every day. So, yes, we'll be drinking from this.
That's true.
There you go.
Fair enough.
There you
Well,
go.
I
Cheers
was
it
just
up.
trying to work out
Our
what
water.
Funko Pops you've got.
I'll show you my favorite.
If you were
Cheers.
in my bedroom, you would see. God, what am I up to? Like 100 and some.
They made one of me, a Funko
Oh,
Pop.
wow.
Yeah. I don't know how you can see it, but it's for because I'm a chief petty officer
You was
in the
named
Navy.
Chief. Ah, awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I love it.
That's all my wife's Stranger Things.
Nice.
Oh,
Way too many. And then
Yeah,
there's just like
I-
a plethora of other
Oh
ones.
my
Oh,
god.
shit.
You
Yeah.
can be friends with us.
Nice.
Hey, whoop, whoop.
What is
Yeah,
up with all that? Is that the
Sure.
Beanie Baby of the?
She buys Funkos,
Yes.
I buy vinyl.
Yes.
So
It is
Yeah,
definitely
I've
Beanie Babies.
literally just come back from a Comic-Con and every second stall was basically
Oh,
Funko
yeah,
Pops.
that's
That's all there is now.
there's great money in those too, though, depending on if you're getting chases or sought afters. I mean, if you sit on them, like they're Beanie Babies with actual extra value right now. If that helps you, Travis. So
Mine are all
Yeah.
cats because cat is short for Catherine. So every single one that I have has something to do with a cat.
Okay.
nice. Do you have the cat? Do you have the cat that's half alien from?
Yes, I do.
There you go.
Yeah,
Nice.
all kinds of things. My sons actually get them for me for various occasions, so I'm always surprised.
That's the nice
Nice.
thing about somebody who collects Funkos. Congratulations, you've got Mother's Day gift, birthday,
Yeah,
Christmas.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
They
Is
just
there a-
have to have a picture every so often so they don't duplicate, which hasn't happened very often.
Nice.
That's good.
Mine
Is
are
there
all
a,
80s
is there a
and 90s
cathode
pop
ray
culture.
tube one?
80s
sorry.
and 90s. There you go. What was that, Buzz?
I said, is there a cathode ray tube one?
I think so.
Oh, so they're missing
That
a
would be kind of cute.
just a TV for a head.
I know, right?
So,
well, we can replace her.
You can replace
thanks for joining us, guys. And
That was short.
so, as Tom had mentioned in the intro, you both have had some pretty remarkable before and afters, and Dallas, we always talk about that shitty before picture and the great after picture. The worse you look in the before, the better you're going to look in your afters. Kat, you just recently got shouted out by Dallas for twice. Was the same piece? Oh yeah, peace to you too.
Twice.
But
I'm
yeah,
worried
but
about Alzheimer's.
there you go.
One was in August and one was just last Friday.
Right, and the one
Twice.
from this Friday, you went from like just kind of being in a boot and looking pretty miserable to just like
Yeah.
Gun City.
There you go.
You just went straight Second Amendment on everybody. And then Marshall, I know that we'll get deeper into it, but you had done a Jack transformation, like a 12-week program with Tom, and
Yes.
had some pretty amazing results. But I mean, obviously, all of this started somewhere. So, were you guys always into fitness, or was it just kind of like eventually you got to a point where you needed to do something?
Pretty much a second. Yeah. When I was in the Navy, actually, I even had to lose weight to get into the Navy because, basically all my life I was kind of up and down and stuff like that. And we've had a transformation within our marriage from time to time, but it was nothing that ever stuck.
Yeah. And with me, I think that early on in our relationship, we were both foodies. That's the best way to put it. We love food. Hello, give me any kind of
it's
food.
awesome.
Give me spicy food, sweet food, you name it. We pigged out, and we pigged out together. So we were in agreement on that part of it early on in our relationship, which was not going to serve us very well.
Now, did you guys ever try anything like, have you done like other workout programs or anything like that? Or was this just kind of like your first go at like, okay, we've ate way too many tacos, we've got to do something?
Wait,
Go ahead.
mine? Okay. Early on, yeah, you're absolutely right. As a woman, you try all the traditional things, and you try not eating, and you try exercise and all that kind of stuff. And you just have no idea what's going to work, and you keep trying, but you really don't make any real changes.
And then as a woman for you, Marshall, did you also
I'm still
go with
experimenting in that category.
Fair enough. Lots of light and fit yogurt, I'm sure. And
Well, I bought a bunch of like DVDs and stuff like that over the years and stuff like that, and nothing ever seemed to work. And even with the Navy, there was a couple of fitness tests that I failed early on, and they almost kicked me out. I was very close to being kicked out at one particular point.
it's a good way to get discharged.
Pretty much. But you get zero benefits that way, so you have no tests.
Right.
So, but I kicked it into shape to at least stay in, and but this is the one program that has really worked for both of us.
I think I shamed him.
She did.
That's the only way to do it. I mean, I know there's
Well-
a really big body positivity movement, but for me, it's I feel everybody with shame and hate, and it seems to be a great motivator.
Well, I just said,
It's very popular.
Because these classes are so
Something like
big.
that. Yeah, something like that.
Well, she said she'd also found another man, and then Tom popped on the screen. I'm like, oh, I got to watch this out.
There we go.
You know, not even joking, that has occurred quite often in these communities where you get messages and it's like, why are you talking to my wife? Well, I'm literally trying to teach her how to stand on her hands. But I mean, why does she need to stand on her hands? I don't know. That's, that happens. We've all received those messages as to why are you communicating with my significant other? Sometimes it's a woman, concerned with a man too. It's just, there's always that initial when one partner wants to get into fitness or starts to get into shape. The question is, why are you doing that? Who else is, and that kind of always becomes like the first thought. And why are you looking at him? Did you accuse him of that?
Well, no, no.
I know there's a story here.
I can't tell you the story, but we're a very open couple that through the years, I don't care who he looks at and what he's looking at, and he's the same with me. And maybe that's just because we found each other later in life, so to speak. So that part doesn't wage in. But when I started DDPY, he thought I was the most ridiculous person in the world, and he told me that was not going to work. And so then I shamed him because he was in the military, and I said, you worked so friggin' hard to get in the military, and now they're going to kick your fat ass out. So what are you going to do? What are you?
The hot take.
What are you going to do? Because you got yourself into this. So I retaliated back by saying
the other
you're
issue
responsible.
early on was also the first time she discovered DDPY was in 2018. I was deployed over in Bahrain. And I'm telling you, literally, the places they had us living were like you take the back of a tractor trailer and half it, and that's where you're living in. And trying to do those moves inside were like difficult for one. And at the same time, you're getting all this shame from other Navy guys saying, you do yoga? What? The hell are you trying to? No. You got to get in the gym, man. That's just the where it's at.
Yeah.
And it was easy to give up the first time.
Yeah,
I'll bet. Yeah.
that was,
Yeah, it's so funny because you always get that whole like, I wouldn't be caught dead doing yoga from Dallas, and there still is that mindset. But I feel like that mindset is changing dramatically. You have really significant people out there, not just in the fitness, like the long and strong, but even like in the weightlifters are talking about flexibility and really trying to open up and the calisthenics nature of things and how they themselves are doing yoga. And it's like, okay, when the guy who is literally lifting, what are those stones called, Tom, that you have to put up?
Yeah,
Those Scottish.
Yeah.
When then he does that, and then he goes right into some down dogs to rework his body and realign it. It's like, oh shit, maybe that works. So yeah, I think the narrative is changing.
I believe they're called heavy as fuck balls.
Nailed it.
No?
Sounds legit.
It sounds good to me.
Yeah, some dude
No,
just
they-
did it. Some dude just did it last week. That shit's crazy. Those stones.
Wow.
What is
Oh,
it?
yeah,
They
they're
start.
mad.
They start at 40 pounds. That's 40, 80, 120, 200, 350, and then it goes up to like 360. And you
Yeah,
have to lift
jeez.
them onto basically like a
pedestal.
keg.
Yeah.
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 It's
That's
crazy.
incredible.
But like this morning, like the last day of this con, so the display team that we are, there's the top man is the only person who's older than me. I'm the next oldest person in the group, so they're all kind of 20s, 30s, and they will just turn up, put on their costumes, and then they just run around and start hitting each other. And there's me in the middle of the order in the thing before I get changed. I'm in down dog. I'm in catcher. I'm like, I'm 44. If I just wade into a fight, like my fencing coach was 40 years old. He was giving a standard lesson. No effort for him. And he thought someone had run up behind him and kicked him in the back of the leg. His Achilles snapped. He told me that story the first week I was fencing when I was 13 years old. I've never forgotten it. And I never do a workout without stretching my Achilles tendons. But yes, I sort of used to have that. I'm a big dude, old dude doing yoga thing. And this morning I was like, I don't care. I'm stretching today. I'm not taking the risk. So I would be caught dead doing yoga.
Volunteer
have you,
now. Absolutely.
Yeah. have you worked in any DDPY stuff with your Silver Sabres team at all?
We have a cardio class every Saturday, which luckily takes place just after my DDP yoga class. So I roll straight out of our DDP yoga class into our cardio class, which starts with lightsaber wields and cuts over and over and over. So you work the legs really well. But Michelle, who takes those classes, knows yoga. So we end with cat cow, cat arch, all that. We do down dog. We do broken hood ornament. But they've all got different names. But yeah. It's all part of the system actually
Gotta
already.
learn different names. Well, I was going to say also, you asked about fitness and things, but actually Marshall keeps following me. So when I went to the doctor several years ago and was given like this prescription bag full of crap that she said I had to take the rest of my life. And I said no. So I started researching and I checked into either being vegetarian or whole food plant-based. So that was another thing he said, that ain't going to work.
Yep.
And then he saw within 6 months of that, I had gotten rid of all my allergy medications, and I had 3 inhalers, 2 of them being steroids. And then he had high blood pressure. So he followed me with that, taking those things out of our diet. And the next thing you know, he didn't have high blood pressure anymore. Yeah. So it was a combo for us, but he keeps following me. So who knows what the hell I'm going to do next? Because he's going to be like, what are you doing now?
I recommend jumping out of an airplane.
Yes. He already did
I've done that 3 times.
3 times. He loves it.
Love it.
I'm not doing it.
Well, yeah, no, when she even brought in the whole food plant-based, I even told her, I said, there's no way in hell. I tried to wreck it by taking her to Red Lobster so I could eat, and that didn't even work. Nope. Yeah. So I just ended up, well, let me give it a shot and see what happens. And it's worked out.
I'll have double broccoli.
That's what I did.
That's what
Thank
she did.
you. How did you know that? Holy crap. Yeah, I showed him. I said, I can go to Red Lobster and I can still eat what I'm supposed to eat. So I did. I ordered all the sides without all the crap on them.
So
Nice.
outside of making Kat the guinea pig on all of this, do you think approaching this as a couple has been like a lot more beneficial? Like you guys maybe have had better success than you would have if you approached it separately?
Oh, absolutely. Because again, we're each other's cheerleaders, and it's like, oh, well, I don't know if I want to hit the mat. Like, yeah, you're gonna fucking hit the mat because I'm gonna hit it right now. Let's go. And
wait a minute, I'm calling you out, Tom. Who did you see this morning?
Okay, fine.
Tom, who was on the damn mat?
No, I was in bed asleep this morning. This was my rest day. I'm sorry.
Sundays are sacred.
He told me, he goes, hey, I passed the stuff on to you. It's like 5:30 in the morning. And he goes, I passed the link on to you. And I was like, what? And then he didn't come out. And I'm like, holy crap. So, yeah.
They work out with me at 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock in the morning every single morning.
Yeah.
And where are you guys?
Couldn't pay me
where
enough.
Are you guys located? What time?
In West Coast.
Okay, so it's your 8 a.m. class then, Tom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Never miss. Never miss. Pretty incredible.
Man, that's
it's
you
harder
guys.
than
You
hell.
need to sit back and examine what you're doing with your life. I mean, I'm proud of you, but I don't like seeing his face at 8 a.m.
And I try and drive home as quickly as I can most afternoons to hit the mat with either Sarah or Brian too. So I'm like, I'm in.
Our teaching hours are different. We work for the same school district, so I teach preschool. He teaches high school. So technically, I don't have to be to work till 7:30. Neither of us do. But with travel time, the area where we live, it takes a good half hour to get where we're going. So it's easier for us to get up earlier and work out and then hit the road earlier, or we hit all the traffic. So it's just a win-win all the way around. If we do our exercising with Tom early in the morning, then we can do that. And we tried with Travis, but something about getting up at 3:00 in the morning was not going to fly. Because once I'm up. Because 3:00 in the morning, I tried it one time and I went, oh, hell no, that's not going to work.
Yeah, it doesn't work for me either because I've just got to bed by then.
She's just asleep.
I'm not getting up at 3:00 in the morning either, so I'm not going to ask anyone else to. So
yeah.
What outside of your team approach, what do you think is each of your biggest individual victory so far?
Oh God, I got like a whole boatload. I think that
we've got time to talk about boats.
I've been in the Navy. No, you don't.
Don't get him started. Don't get him started.
His ship burned down. Don't believe that crap.
Yeah.
So,
and then you polish this bit.
But burn the boat. There you go. Burn the boats. There you go. No, I think for me, I think the whole shebang from start to finish, you have to understand when Tom found me or I found him, he had a very broken woman, like begging, help, I don't know how to move. I've got this big, huge boot on and my foot's broken. And that was during the pandemic and I wasn't allowed to have a surgery because it was considered non-essential. So if I wasn't dying from it, then they just kept me in the boot. And that guy, Tom, kept like showing up at class and going, try this, or, and I'd tell him my problems and he would fix them or help me at least do what I could do. So that was the biggest thing, is overcoming my physical issues all the way through this, because there was so many reasons to quit, not just the pandemic, but, and we don't have any instructors in our area anyway, but trying to keep your head on straight when the world's falling apart, when your foot feels like crap, when you're stuck with your husband 24/7. That's gotta be bad.
But at least I could run away because she was in a boot. I could get away.
That's true.
Just exactly like trying to outrun an alligator.
I actually
turns.
I totally misheard you.
What's yours?
You honestly probably could not have found a better instructor to help you with that. We continuously talk about how Tom approaches everything from a really scientific standpoint, and really, I mean, his understanding of the human body and how everything works and how you can modify and change what you're doing, but still get really relatively similar success. It's the best in the business, and he's better than anybody who is currently employed for DDPY. Don't give a shit. It's true. So,
Thank you.
that's awesome. And I remember, I mean, I believe you were one of his first nutrition clients as well. Yeah.
I think so. I know that I was willing. You get to a point where you're willing to put in the time. You're willing to pay some extra money. You're willing. I mean, we both pay for the app and we pay for one group. We were paying for a second group also, but then time-wise, we had to go. We can't meet the other group's classes as much. So
yeah, we didn't take it personally. It's fine.
Yeah. So it's really kind of layered, I think, for both of us. Mm-hmm. I don't know your own positive points, but
well, going back to what you asked a minute ago, my best positive would be the jacked workouts, because I mean, I was able to go from how many years ago was that? 2006, when they almost kicked me out of the Navy, to just this past time doing a PFA where I did 54 push-ups. I did a 3-minute alligator plank, and I rode the bike, but burned so many calories that I ended up getting an excellent on something I would barely pass in the past.
Oh, yeah.
And it just made me feel like, one thing that Tom always says, the strongest person on earth. It made me feel like amazing.
Yeah, I think so.
It's awesome.
And so when you go from where you were, like as far as the personal fitness, to where you are, to where you just tested out, is that like do you get any kind of benefit from being in that excellent stage, or is there added
Yes.
incentive?
The Navy just recently, like 3 years ago, so a year before COVID passed it. So if you do get it in the excellent category, you get to skip one, and because you do it every 6 months.
Oh shit! You
Now
can just
don't
start
have to-
working out then.
But I haven't, so I'm like, there you go.
You're so
I said
healthy,
that was
just stop.
backward.
Just coast on your victory.
Yeah.
That's right.
I thought that was kind of a slap, kind of
It-
like
it-
saying, "No, you should do it again."
Well, I think the Navy's idea behind it was because so many people were going, well, you're not paying me any extra. Why in the hell am I going to do this? This is enough. This is enough. And then sometimes trying to meet just that low range, people might fail because they might not be even ready for that. So I think.
Right. Can you
it
opt
makes
in to
sense.
take it again, just to see?
Oh,
if you
absolutely.
best? Yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
Are you going to?
As long as they don't actually record it in case I fuck up, yeah, I'll do it.
There you Don't ask, don't tell, right?
Exactly.
I
There you
don't
go.
think you can mess up. I don't think you.
That's Navy ship life too. I'm just kidding.
No, I mean it would be amazing if you're just like, hey guys, I'm going for some PRs here, so you just let me know if I don't hit 54 in this. How long's 3 minutes, 2 minutes, something like that?
2 minutes. Mhm.
Okay, but
Yeah.
if I'm at like 50 with about 10 seconds left, just can it. Just we'll call it good.
There you go.
Now we use that test strategically with the jack transformation. Obviously, you're looking for a physical transformation. That's one thing, but the other thing we want to do is have some sort of metric of strength. We've never done that in DDPY ever, right? Of having to show where you are with that. There's just been the measurements. There's been positions and stuff like that. So we wanted to say, he brought that up. He said, hey, I've got this test coming up. What if I do that the first week and then I do it the 12th week? And guys, I mean, it was that was one of the most insane things that came out of the 12 weeks was the performance. Like it was just incredible. So if you guys ever thinking about that too, if you want to gauge, performance on something with DDPY, we always pick positions, but maybe pick like some sort of a physical feat and see where you are the first time and see where you are 12 weeks later. And it may be another one of those great things to kind of look back and say, wow, I got really strong.
It's kind of like what we did
the
with
first week. I barely got to the barely passing, and I was struggling on. You can see it in the videos. It's barely passed, but I did it, and then all of a sudden, I could have kept going if I had to.
That's a similar approach to the Athlean 30-day.
How crazy was those 30 days when we did
right?
it? Oh
Where,
my
yeah,
God.
yeah. I don't know if you guys know Athlean X, but
I looked at it and I went, "Fuck that."
Yeah, they have a 30-day push-up challenge. And day one, you set your max rep, no breaks push-ups, and then there's probably 20 different modifications you're going to do of push-ups, and then there's a few days in there for resetting your max. And then there's a day in there I think they call them grinder, where you're going, and if you stop, that's it.
Yep.
And then there's ones where it's you set days where you do your max, where you can set like one knee down for a quick break, and then you keep going until you fail. And then I think you have like 2 days off, and then on like day 32, technically, you set your max again. And people have anywhere from a 30 to 60% increase in their max push-up rep. Just because you're just building all that chest strength and your biceps and triceps. And Travis, did you do it too? I think Travis did it.
Yeah.
I think it
That's
was
where
me.
Travis got buff.
Was that the push? No, that was the push. Was that the push-up thing?
Literally what I said. Athlean
Yeah,
X
yeah.
push-ups.
You've been talking
Oh,
for
that's
10
for the
minutes
show,
about
my
it,
friend.
Travis.
Well, you lost me on that. I was like, no, I didn't hear the push-up gig.
Yeah.
You lost me on that. But yes, we did that. And I was actually asking Tom if he had those videos again, but did you delete them or something?
I did. I'll have to find them somewhere.
Yeah.
That was the
Well, Dr.
mustache.
Tom was helping me at one point. I decided I wanted my costume to be sleeveless, and I was gonna do his jack thing. I managed quite a few days actually, and I got the maximum push-ups I've ever pulled in a single hit is about 22 in a set before I have to at least modify to a knee. I got up to 35 in 4 days.
Fantastic.
So,
It's
and
incredible.
that was using jack straps before, and then doing a set of push-ups. And my goal each time I added, I busted out the maximum I could the first time, and I actually got to 25 in the first go. And then I think I was pushing 2 on top of that each time. And that gave me the thing of, I have to get to here, and then I have to do more. And it's a bit like the flexibility training, Travis. It's like meet or beat your whole time. That's what I was thinking in my head. Unfortunately, I then buggered up my shoulder and had to stop. But it was a really good little program, and it was working well for me. Definitely the strength increase was noticeable.
Now, Marshall and Kat, what would you guys say is your biggest team victory outside of the bedroom?
Okay, I was gonna say, whoa. Okay,
those are some interesting push-ups. We won't talk about that.
Who knew the human body could be so flexible?
This is true, actually, but I'm not going to talk about that. But I think as a team, I think our strength is our commitment. I think that as a team, if one of us, because we're so connected when we even though he didn't show up on the mat today, we are very connected daily.
Keep rubbing it in. Keep rubbing it in.
I am.
Twist that knife.
I think that if we aren't as committed as a couple, one of us would fail because we entered it that way. Even though I started before him, once he got back from deployment and he committed to it, we've been going strong. And I think that we both signed up for multiple challenges that all of the different instructors have done, so that we are layered over like each other. So we have that strength also within us, not just to be committed together, but then staying true to whatever challenge we're in at the same time. So even though
plus I dragged her to the dark side too. We just got her a set of jack straps too. So
yeah, that's true. See, but you gotta, if you guys look at my pics, I made a hell of a lot of difference.
You didn't need them.
And I didn't use them. And I was doing every single thing that he was doing. And I was getting these ripped arms, and I'm like, what? And I was like, what? I don't need them. But then he's like, oh, come on, get them. And so they are an addition, but I can strongly say that our commitment and the commitment to what we choose to do, I think is our biggest strength.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Great answer.
And clearly consistency.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We have not missed a day, except we have shortened it on a few days, like maybe a 20-minute.
Yeah.
But then
except for this morning.
Yeah, I saw one day where you actually posted in the airport, right? Where you were...
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was laid up in the airport for so many damn friggin' hours, and I'm like, okay, I didn't have my stupid armband or anything. I thought that doesn't matter. And then at one point, there was not a lot of people because people leave, but then people come, and then it was so funny because I was facing a certain way and I was doing my whole thing. And then when I turn around, all these people are sitting down behind me looking at me. I was like, oops. But then I had several people ask me, what were you doing? And so I told them what I was doing.
Plus, every time we go on vacation somewhere, we always try and do a roundhouse kick for Tom. Post that as well. So.
Very true.
We try that. Yeah. So
I think the best one you like so far, Tom, was a catamaran after having a couple of drinks, and we
that was a great one.
That was hard. I thought I was going to go over the edge.
I thought for sure I was going to go
he
over.
told me to hold the drinks, and I thought that's all I was doing. Next thing you know, he goes, "Pull your leg up." And I'm like,
he says that a lot, doesn't he?
Always up here,
hold this. Now raise your leg.
Yeah, we've done some pretty crazy things because we think we owe it to Tom the most, just because he's been with us the longest.
Yes.
But it's just funny. That and keeping the humor. Hello, that's the strength as a couple, the humor of it. Because there are some positions and moves, and I'm so glad we are muted because we'll be shouting, "What the fuck is this idiot making us do?" Not just Tom, but all of you that we've worked out with. It's like, you want me to put what where? Because you guys call things wrong sometimes, and then we're like,
"No, we fucking don't."
Oh yes, you do.
Oh yeah.
You
Literally
hear
never
what?
done that.
You are just, Marshall always
What?
complains about how you don't listen to anything a guy says, and that's
Whatever.
Well, now I'm in trouble.
Yeah, I know what it is. It's when you're in two-legged dog on your left-hand side, and it's like, now move your left hand back towards your thigh, and you've really got it. What?
you see face plants.
I've done that. Yeah, so we have a lot of profanity going on for certain positions, I'd say.
I think
during
so.
that.
Yep.
And then we just chastise you all so badly. I mean, we'll be saying things and yeah, God, what the hell are they doing? But and that's the humor in it. You guys all bring humor because you keep trying to push forward, and we're so busy trying not to cut up too bad, thinking, what the hell did they just say? Or not face plant, while you can see us. So that's the fun of it, I think, is.
I mean, there's a reason there's a category of workouts called sweating and swearing, isn't there?
Yeah, that's a new one.
I like
okay,
that.
for all you guys that are continuing on with your fitness programs, yeah, there you go. There's a new title. So yeah,
That one might be trademarked.
It might be trademarked.
That might be the only thing that was trademarked.
Something similar. Come on.
No, at the Performance Center in Atlanta, the advanced kick your ass classes were called sweating and swearing classes.
Yeah,
it's not mine. Yeah.
Yep, on the schedule.
Hayden did many of them. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that would be the 6 p.m. classes were usually that. So, yep.
Yeah.
Well, you were in that one I did when you the Thursday night.
That was fucking awesome.
1,100 calories burned in an hour because I was showing the fuck off.
Me too. My average heart rate was 181.
I'm glad it wasn't just me.
Yeah.
And you lived. You lived.
And they live to tell about it. That's nice.
Oh, you know what?
Check your ego at the door. Fuck that. All ego. Let's
That's not what
go.
I came there for.
Okay,
I brought extra ego.
He was doing push-ups on 2 fingers.
Yeah.
I'm always in contradiction. I really hate my stupid heart rate monitor, and I've even replaced it. I obviously have made a difference. I obviously am making a physical change. I obviously must be engaging, or I wouldn't make the changes that I have. But ever since I had another birthday, even, it's dipped again. And Marshall and I talked about it, and I said, maybe I should get online and just change my age, because I cannot get that thing anywhere. And I'll be like, engage in every which way and sweat in every which way. So I've gone back to basics. I'm going super slow through a lot of the moves. It's funny, Tom, you started doing that, and I was like, holy hell, did he know what I was doing? Because you started saying, let's slow down through these moves. And I'm like, oh my God. But that really didn't help, but it made me feel like I was trying to do something different. So I don't know why that happened, but I'm never going to get
it. They did an update to the app. I just did it about 2 weeks ago that I applied. And now for about almost the first 15 to 18 minutes of my workout, the highest my heart rate will go is 110. I will literally run in place as fast as I can, and my heart is beating out of my chest. It will not go past it. It like caps.
Wow.
And so I'll even take the heart rate monitor off, and it'll drop to 0.
Yeah.
And then you plug it back in, and the number stays white, 110. And then out of nowhere, it'll go to 171. Like there's just some kind of a communication thing, and I don't know.
It's Terminator.
Yeah,
Terminator.
pretty much. But yeah, it's just that integration. That integration is a little bit screwed up. It feels like so. It might be a combination of things. I mean, obviously, you're probably getting better heart health as well.
Oh yeah,
where,
I went. And
you do have to work harder.
I have to work pretty hard to get in zone nowadays. Dynamic resistance isn't getting me there because my body's
dynamic resistance kills my hands if I do like if I'm like trying to get like at my elbows and my joints, like just I
engage everything toes to head, and
it's on the release on that dynamic resistance. If you want to slow your release down, double your exhale. So if you do a 3 count pull, do a 6 count.
No, I'm talking. Release. I'm talking ignition, right? In ignition,
I'm talking about just getting in the green, getting in.
So Lavinia can jump her heart. She can get into zone in ignition, just lifting her arms above her head and down, and that is a slow resistance move with the breathing. But I found I can't do it. But I do still jump 10, 15 from where I started. It's just not enough to get me in zone anymore. It has to be a push-up. And I think that's just a sign of increasing fitness levels. But also, the human body, when you do something the same way many, many, many times, it just adapts a little bit. And that's why you have to keep throwing at curveballs.
Yeah.
So. Try that in your next workout and see how it works. I don't know if you do that, but if you do a 3 count pull, double on your inhale going out. And I guarantee you that will. And
actually, Travis, you're actually really good about what you just said, because you actually know what you're talking about. Holy crap. Because when I was in your classes,
imagine that.
That's the part that I liked, is that you do focus a lot on breathing, not to diss you, Tom, or Sarah, or anybody else I go in there, but Travis does focus a lot on breathing and those counts. And I do miss that part because I was showing more engagement, let's say, if I was breathing a certain way along with you. So that does work.
There is literally not a better instructor in DDP yoga that can inhale, hold it, and then never exhale.
He practices
Literally
that
Inhaling?
a lot.
Okay.
Practices
I can
a
inhale too.
lot.
It's called Lungs of Steel.
That's right. It's just
That'll be your new
high
class.
capacity.
There you go. That's your new class, Lungs of Steel.
Yeah, I mean every instructor's trying to bring their own peripherals to the game, and he
Exactly.
just is there a little bit different.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I think
Well,
I
thank you.
bounced so much. I think I bounced around a lot to try many different instructors because I learned something from each and every one of them. And that's the thing you were mentioning when we were backstage. During the pandemic, I would not have had the help or the encouragement that I had by using just the app.
Yeah.
Because the app was only going to give me recorded things of what I could watch. And if I had not bounced into so many classes with all of you and others, I would have not learned half as much as what I think I now know. And I really appreciate that part of it. So while I understand that there might be a reason to change all that, I do feel very appreciative that I was given the opportunity. Thank God, pandemic, because I got to get out there and go, well, let's try this instructor, and hey, let's try that.
We actually caused COVID just to make that happen.
Yeah.
So we could do
That's
that.
out of the bag.
Yeah.
Well, like when we heard backstage too, what you guys said about the Peloton. I mean, I just literally laugh at the Peloton
And the
commercials
screen
because
and everything.
they're always yelling at you got this Peloton. I'm like, that is not personalization. And
It's
the one thing that
recorded,
I love about Tom too is that's when we're out there and stuff like that, and especially when he's calling these, what are we gonna call these new moves? This one's called Marshall is awesome. See, he does that, and it's personable, and
Yeah.
we love it.
I know,
Yeah.
we eat it up. We're so easy.
It's-
We're sluts. What can I say? We're just like,
Yeah.
give it to us.
I didn't know Tom did that. Tom, which move is Ryan's a dick?
Reverse
Is that an
Road Warrior.
L1? Is that an L1
Reverse
move or
Road
an
Warrior.
L2 move?
Reverse Road Warrior.
Oh, God.
Is that an L1 or L2 move?
Oh, it's L. No comment.
Just reverse road one.
It's the combination. It's the combination shoulder tap and mountain climber. The alternating.
Yes.
That's mine. That's my move. Because I'm doing it, going, why am I doing this?
We lost you
I
all
am such
for-
an asshole.
That's funny.
No, and that's super cool of you guys to say, because I think it is so important. The community that is built there. We continuously reference it when people ask, does this work? Well, if you do. And buying that app is not a guarantee to success. Opening the app is not a guarantee to success. Buying all the jack straps, the towels, and the damn mats in the world will not guarantee success. But discipline, dedication, even that initial motivation, that all helps you get there. But you have to find a reason to keep coming back. And part of that accountability is with just showing up. Plenty of people roll into those classes not wanting to be there, and then they see everybody else there, and it kind of it sparks something into you, and you build this community within the community, and it takes your personal journey to another level, and you share it with other people. And yeah, some people show up and they're not on camera, and that's fine because we know they're cheating, but
No, they're naked. They're naked.
that has happened.
They're doing
Actually,
naked.
I'm going to call her out. There was a burn class that Travis and I ran, and Tina shuts her camera off, and she comes back in after the class is over, and she goes, I just want to let you guys know I finished the workout. I just had to take my shirt off because I sweat through it. So there you have it, Tina. You got called out. But
That's
no,
what happened to me when
there's-
my camera went out earlier. I had to take my pants off. So,
there you go.
and I'm
Because
British.
It's a burn
Think
class
about
and You
it.
sweat through them.
You should have left the camera
Yeah,
on.
that-
We don't have sponsors to lose.
Yeah, that camera was off for a long time too.
They're very big pants. Very
Actually,
tight.
full disclosure, I managed to not swear out loud, but my right hamstring cramped up severely because I've basically been moving for 3 days solid, and now I've just sat down for an hour, and it does not like it. So that's what happens to me.
But
So
yeah,
I had to stand up.
Jumping in an online workout and seeing all those people from all over the world or all over the country, all working for one personal goal it's just awesome. And it's something that I hope whatever outlet that the company tries to put together will offer something similar, and not just a streamed live workout. I think having that communal feeling is so beneficial to nearly everyone involved, for at least for those that want to participate. And there is something awesome, like you said, like where you're like going, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Because when you're calling those moves as an instructor, you're trying to talk it through and you're making sure you're calling it right. And you're making sure you're calling the right sides, the lefts and rights. And then you look at your class and you see every single one of them, like with just the puzzled look going,
Yes,
and that's how you know
the camera.
It's always that. It's always that really far up. Like,
Well, you get Dorothy runs from the other end of the room up to the camera. What did you just do?
and you're like, okay, so maybe I have to call that again. Let's walk through it a little bit slower.
Or you get someone
It
like
helps as
Stacy.
an instructor.
Yeah, Stacy will come up and say, "Hey, Travis, you gonna finish that other side that you left out?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah. We're gonna do that. So we'll water break first."
Never done
Oh,
that.
wait. I just thought of another good positive for us.
Okay.
Was actually Thomas the other day. You cut out, and we could have been lazy, and it's happened a couple times with other people we've jumped into, but we actually know enough now, even though we're not instructors. We do remember and know enough that we kept going. And to me, that's a great personal victory, because in the old me, I would have just gone, oh, well, there they went. Yep. And then that's it. I just would have laid on the mat and gone, we kept going. And then it happened one time with you. He jumped in because he didn't know other people were watching him.
Yeah, I just kept going, and
so
people were following me.
And then people were following
and they
what
texted
he
me
was
later.
doing.
Thank you for continuing. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know. Oh, you're welcome.
We just kept going, So
instructor was born.
Yeah. There you go. And now we're glad we didn't do that. Sorry. But yeah, that's another really positive thing, is that you don't realize what you know until you're kind of pushed into doing something like that, and you're going, wait, what's the next part? And he and I, when things like that happen, he'll go, no, we're supposed to be in down dog next. And we get down dog, and he's like, wait, do we swing left or right? Does it even matter if you go left or right first? So we'll start arguing, but we keep pushing through. So I think that's a really positive thing, is that from all of you and other instructors, I keep saying and other instructors because there's been a lot, we have learned enough that we know we can move forward. If we lose connectivity, we can keep going. That's a good positive.
Awesome. Now you guys both referenced that your teachers. Have your students said anything or noticed anything in your physical changes or anything like that?
When you're upside down at the front of class?
Well, this year, actually, for the first time, I did when she took a different picture from me in September, and I looked at it and I just said, holy shit. And I went back and looked at another one and I put it together. I'm like, oh my God, I really have changed more than I even realized. So I took that one to school and I showed it to my students. They're like, okay. Now, a few of them I'd had before, but most of them were brand new students. So a lot of them didn't know me, but they were just like, wow, Mr. Mallory, you did really good. And it was right then I showed them a clip from YouTube. One of the guys sent me, I can't remember, but basically it showed Dallas's reason behind this. And so I showed them the changes. And then I said, okay, I know you heard the word yoga, but it's, this is for real. And then I had a bunch of students come up and were willing to do a roundhouse kick with me. And I did all 5 of my classes because they just thought this was badass. And on too. And I was just like, see, I can even get other people to do roundhouse kissing.
And I
roundhouse kiss?
Kicks.
Be careful with that, okay? He's high school. He can't say things like that.
That's true.
That's where he chases you around the house kissing you.
That's one of those bedroom victories that they were talking about.
In the preschool level, I deal with 3 through 5. So I have a class right now that's as young as 3.6, I believe, and one that's just 2 months short of being 5 years old. And I have a total right now of only 11 students. So I already did something. It's a cute little book, and it's yoga sunrise and also yoga goodnight. And
I know that book.
Takes different moves. Yep. And so I turn the page and I read the part and I go, okay, so everybody stand or everybody on the ground. Let's try to see if we can do this. And I've been doing that for many years. And you have to understand my class returning. I have 3 students that were with me last year. And I did it while we were on Zoom. And I did hello tacos. I did that one too. So it's raining tacos. I did that with my class.
Did you really raining tacos? Amazing.
Yes, I did. I pulled it up. And I had to do it with them, and they loved it. And then it
plant-based tacos, of course.
But we were able to see with the kids, my assistant and I, they remembered those things. So when they came back this year, the 3 little girls, especially now, they're all barely 4, and they said, "Are we going to be doing yoga?" And I was like, "Of course we are. Hello." And one of the little girls said she showed her dad, and her dad's been doing yoga with her. So I asked, I go, "Wait, my yoga or your yoga?" like that. And she goes, "Your yoga." So somehow, because I did send a link to parents, and I said, DDPY yoga, it's a different kind of yoga. You might be interested to see what it's like. And I just sent them a link and a little thing while we were closed down. But I guess this one dad followed through. So she came to class, and this just happened 2 weeks ago. And she goes, "Miss Mallory, let's hit the mat." And I go, "What?"
Oh, wow.
Oh, she's the fan. She watches the show.
listens to us.
Hit the mat.
Nice.
So I said, "Okay."
Must be all the fucking swearing.
She said, no. But she said, can I be the leader? And I go, "Well, I guess so. Yeah, you be the teacher." And so she put me through several moves, and her dad must be doing it because and it could be traditional yoga too, because the moves are the same. And no, she didn't swear, but she did really well for a little 4-year-old of taking.
What's her first and last name? We'll make sure we get her to the proper snitches.
Kaylani is her first name.
She'll be your guest next week.
Yeah, she's good. I'm telling you. But yeah, so it's just kind of cool. We enjoy paying that part forward, I think, to our students, whether they act on it or not, or their families, that's on them. But several of my moms, when they came back, and several co-teachers were just like amazed in 1 year how much I had changed. And then they all wanted to know, "What did you do? Are you eating different? Are you whatever?" And I said, "No, it was mostly the yoga I was doing." And then I was kind of snotty. And I said, "Oh, I told you guys about that, online. Like, hello, I already told you about it," but they didn't act on it. So they had to see all of my change, I guess, within the end of the year to really believe that it was possible. They couldn't jump in early on.
And still, and that's not even enough for some people to get off,
Thank you.
So.
That's, and I get tired of that. I'm sorry.
You should have said, "Actually, I haven't changed at all. You just look way worse." I've completely maintained.
Wow. COVID
did you bad. Let me just say.
That would be a good way to say it. Good comeback. Yeah, that's a good comeback.
Well, that's incredible. When we were prepping for this show, I reached out because I know that you had worked quite regularly with Tom and then Travis as well, and I asked kind of like if they knew anything special about you two, and both of them mentioned your guys' love for music, and especially live music. Mm-hmm. And I'm being told that concerts. That you guys love going to shows. So the first one I have is I need. Apparently there was a surprise first date that made one of you look ridiculous. Can you guys tell me the story?
Go ahead.
It's my favorite story, guys.
Okay.
So
well, I don't know if he's referring to the 9 Inch Nails one, but that's the one that pops up in my head.
That's what I thought too, but I want to make sure.
You have to understand. I mean, I listen to a lot of different kinds of music, and when we were first not even really dating, he was it In Between and Deployment, the first one?
Yes.
I had tickets to go see Keith Urban, and I had front row tickets because I really liked country at that time too, and I like Keith. So I was going to be front and center for this. And then he's like,
country and 9 Inch Nails.
And I know.
There's a big overlap there.
Country, and I'm coming in. Can I go? And I went, well, I guess if I trade my ticket in. So I traded my ticket in, and we ended up in the nosebleed seats for that one. And
the sad thing about that is that Keith Urban actually went and picked a woman out of the audience from the front row. And she said, "That could have been me.
That was my damn seat." Yeah. So I was really pissed about that. But now flash forward, like you just said, Boz, different kinds of music. I listen to a lot of different kinds of music. So I had tickets. I got tickets for 9 Inch Nails. And I dress appropriately if I'm going. Like Keith Urban, okay, I dress one way. And 9 Inch Nails, I dress
Mohawk,
flannel,
chain from here to here.
Chains, big, huge, thick-lugged boots. You name it, I had it. This dude shows up.
And I just bought this jacket. It was beautiful.
No,
I loved it.
Not beautiful.
You were going to say Hawaiian shirt.
Boy, zip-up little white jacket. I don't know, nylon zip-up white
It was
jacket.
definitely 80s, let me tell you.
Oh, God.
Was he wearing one glove?
No.
Members only white puff jacket.
Members only. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Look just like that.
And he had on
but it was white. That was the worst
khaki
part.
pants, not even jeans. You had on khaki pants.
I had a khaki pants.
Khaki pants and
you want to look nice.
jacket, and I was
exactly. I was a date.
Yeah.
Do you know? Do you know in the UK what CAC means?
No. What does it mean?
Shit.
Oh,
So do you
well,
have
that's
khaki
appropriate.
pants?
Yeah, shit pants. I agree. With
What do you
that.
guys call
color
it,
is
Gino?
appropriate, so I guess so.
Just in case you come over, just so you know that one. We call it khaki.
What do you guys call khakis there?
Khaki. Like a car key.
Oh.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, so that was kind of my intro into him. He actually loves 80s music, so we have to compromise a lot. So we make up music lists of who we want to go hear or see, and then we try to take turns.
In fact, we just bought tickets today for Genesis in Boston. We're going to go tour Boston and go see Genesis because this is their farewell
Bitchin'.
tour. I'm like,
Original.
with Phil Collins and everything. Yep.
Fantastic.
So
On
excited.
drums, or is he going to be doing vocal only?
I don't
We
think
don't
he
know.
can do vocals. He himself has said he hasn't been able to perform.
Oh,
the way
yeah,
he
because
used to.
he well, I
His
think
son has been doing some drums for a while for him.
right.
so
Yeah,
it
he
just
did a
depends.
performance on Jimmy Fallon, I think, and like
Yeah,
the whole Roots
I
band
saw
sat
that,
in with
yeah.
them, and he did a vocal there, and it was fine. But
Yeah,
but
he just has to be really careful, though. I think.
Yeah.
So, but the last
Interesting.
one we went to the Hella Mega Tour.
Oh, yeah.
I took
Green
him,
Day,
I take
Weezer,
him to
Fall Out Boy?
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
What stadium did you see it in?
yeah.
what stadium was
wait.
it in?
The Petco Park where they have.
Oh, okay, for Padres.
Padres.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of the
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
can't
it was
think.
at
Well,
Wrigley.
only
It
dads
was at
are
Wrigley
allowed
Park
in.
here. We wanted to take my daughter and son are big Fall Out Boy fans, and so we were going to we didn't buy tickets because they were just ludicrously priced. But I always wait till the day of, and then you just come in and snipe them. You get sniped for like $30. So we were going to drive to Wrigley, and then 2 members of the Fall Out Boy camp, not actually within that, got sick. So they ended up not playing at all. So we ended up not pulling the trigger on them. But
Yeah, we
what
were
Nine
really fortunate.
Inch Nails tour was it? Do you remember what album it was for?
Oh God, that was back in when?
That was either 2009 or 2010, so I'm not 100% sure.
Gotcha.
Hey, I just
Okay.
clocked that. There was I found a new Ministry
Yeah,
album last
that's
week I didn't know
amazing.
existed.
But
Just to feel like that kind of thing.
then we're going to see James Taylor too.
Yeah, we're going to see James Taylor in the first one.
That's coming up too.
Probably one of our
Awesome.
best successes I'll share with you guys real quick was Maroon 5. And we
Oh,
had
God.
major nosebleed.
We had
ones.
those crappy
And-
seats that you were kind of talking about. Those
And we're
ones.
sitting there talking, and because I was on my 2 weeks for the Navy, and I was talking to her about what I'd done that morning for the Navy, and this guy overheard me said, "Come
Yeah,
here."
he taps
And
him on the
taps him,
shoulder.
"Follow me," and I'm like, "Oh shit! What the hell did we do? We didn't do anything wrong." They took us to the second row, and we got
Nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Nice.
we got bumped all the way down, and I was screaming at the top of my lungs, "I'm getting sweated on!" And he goes, "Is that even a word?" And I go, "I don't care. Look,
It is now.
It is now.
I'm basically sleeping with Adam Levine right now.
Exactly, yeah.
So, yeah.
There's sweat and swearing for you.
There you go.
Yeah. So that was
So,
cool. That was a good one.
So, Kat, I'll let you guys alternate. Give me your
Okay.
top 3 live acts you've seen.
Oh gosh, probably 9 Inch Nails. I really like that show. Paul McCartney, and gosh, probably Weezer. Weezer was really good this last time, so
Nice.
I like those 3 the best.
Okay.
Mine would be Billy Joel in the 2008, because it was also on my birthday.
That was
So that
good,
was
yeah.
a really good show.
He
Uh,
put
love
on a
River
show
Dreams.
just for your birthday?
He did.
Yeah.
Came
Amazing.
to the house, ringing the doorbell and everything. It's great.
That's a guy.
Then Five Star Iris, which was
Oh,
a band that kind of
that's a-
didn't work
that's-
out.
we
They
should
were
tell them that
really
story.
big in the East Coast for a while, and they flew out to our ship in the Middle East to put on a concert with us. And because she had been listening to them, because again they were starting to catch on,
Yeah, this is a good story. You better
she
tell it right.
she basically emailed them and just said, "Hey, you're gonna. I see that
You're
you guys
going
are
to
gonna
be on my
there
husband's ship.
So they came on board and they were talking to us and stuff like that. And these, by the way, is there a Marshall Mallory here? And I was like, yeah. And they're just like, okay, and we sat and talked for a few minutes. And right after the show, they brought me up on stage. They gave me all their guitar picks and took a bunch of pictures with me.
Yeah.
And I felt like, that was pretty badass.
That's awesome.
And then
That
I guess
was
the last one did I say Paul McCartney also?
No,
Yeah, Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney.
we've seen him a
Cheater.
number of times.
We've seen him 4 times.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
there's a reason.
Mine was Cannibal Corpse.
Really?
I know.
They could put on a good
You got
show.
her interest.
It was very good though.
My favorite live show was Curiosa Festival. It was The Cure, Muse, and Mogwai. It was awesome. And it was
Muse, I'll take. I do like.
You know,
Muse.
I
Muse
saw-
is my karaoke music.
Yeah.
I
When I was in the UK, Muse was headlining Glastonbury the Saturday night.
Yeah.
So they're playing to hundreds of thousands of people right at the release of Absolution. And then I was there from like April to June. Then we came back in July and I saw them in Chicago at the Metro, which holds like 700 people. So they went from playing that many people in the UK to not having a foothold in the United States.
Wow.
And but they still brought hundreds of thousands of dollars in lighting. There was warnings on the door. If you have seizures, do not attend.
They're incredible.
They're so
Well, they
good
do
live.
live. I'm like, there's only 3 of you. How are you doing that?
They have added a 4th member now that they're doing
Have
a lot
they?
more piano
Oh,
arrangements.
okay, right.
Yeah, Bellamy doesn't even touch the piano anymore. He stays on guitar the whole time.
Okay, right.
But it's still just fucking what a great show.
Can they write a tune?
And The
my
Cure, you
word.
can't go wrong with The Cure. Oh, they're so incredible live, no matter what the lineup is.
I saw Paul McCartney. I'm surprised at how long he actually played.
Yeah.
Oh,
His
yeah.
show
You've got
was
like,
so
a catalog.
Yeah.
Well, he came here to Coachella Fest 2009. It was the first time we saw him. He basically was up there because it was Linda McCartney's anniversary of her death. And so he was up there and he was getting all emotional, stuff like that. And he says, they told me if I play past this time that, there's fines. He said,
Every half hour.
fuck it, I'm going to pay the fines. And he just kept
And
going.
he kept playing like for another almost like 2 hours.
Yeah,
We were out
it was
there
incredible.
forever.
I think if anyone can afford to pay a fine, I think
when,
Paul
when you
McCartney
have a
is.
certain
Yeah.
level of money doesn't exist. It feels
No.
like. Yeah.
He was like, he just kept going and his heart was really in it on that performance.
That's awesome.
He's
I
got so much
saw-
money. He'll be like, "Oh, you want to charge me a fine? How much is your station? I'm gonna buy it."
Yeah, exactly.
We had.
And he brings out his mandolin. I'm like, oh, fuck, yeah.
Sorry. we had the opportunity here, and I guess in our area of the world, in California, there's an alternative rock station, local, and then they tour usually 3 up and coming bands in different areas, and so he's gotten. Because I keep winning tickets or I keep getting them through there. And so we go to small little venues, like you were saying, and we're right up against these people.
Mm-hmm.
And then it seems
Can't
like in 2 years that like Hembry, remember with Hembry and is it Blocks or Blokes? I never know how they pronounce that band. But
That's Ryan's t-shirt, isn't it?
Yeah,
No, this is
not quite. 'cause
Black
they're
Black.
BL
They are a
they're-
Houston-based hip hop act. They are.
No, this
fucking
one is
awesome.
BLOXX. So
Yeah, just Blocks.
BLOXX. But Flogging
Oh,
Molly,
Flogging
hello,
Molly,
yeah.
yeah.
So, but when we go to see them, they're like
Queen.
we're saying bands
There we go.
down here.
I like it.
And then
Be Unstoppable.
Aspire.
Worst band ever.
Yeah.
Their first album is fine, and then they fucking sold out. Changed
sold out,
everything
yeah.
about their music. Should have never added Fergie. They didn't need a female member.
I know, but gas station dick pills is still their magnum opus. So
Oh, we had to go to a Comic Con
grandmother's favorite
based on
song.
our inability to play ukuleles. We were both trying. He has a high school teacher that teaches on the same campus, and he teaches kids how to play ukuleles. And he started playing or trying, and then we bought some cheap ones. And it just so happened that the instructor that I found that was in San Diego, his group was asked to come because who was it? Steve, is it Captain Steven or Steven America or whatever? It's a cartoon. Anyway, he plays the ukulele in it. So they asked the whole group, anybody can come and you can
So we
come
got
to
free
Comic-Con
tickets to
for
San
free.
Diego Comic-Con.
And
That's
you
$300.
can, all you got to do
Yeah,
is
pretty
Look
much.
at
strum your
Boz.
guitar.
Boz like,
And I'm like,
"Oh."
I don't even know how to play it yet. And they go,
And
that's
well,
perfect.
they're going to hire us one year. It's fine. I'll get there.
Well, the whole group was
Telling
inside
you.
playing, and I swear this is, I believe this with all my heart. We were sitting there trying, and then they basically put us outside to welcome the people come in because I
Because
think
we
they
could
really,
strum.
we
That's all we
sucked.
could do.
We just sucked.
But we're
Excellent.
both very animated, as you can kind of tell.
Yep.
So it was very easy for us to get people like, yo, are you looking for the ukulele group? Because we were stuck. They were giving free lessons, and they were stuck in a very weird hallway situation, and it was hard to find them. So we went out there, and we were in full costume and stuff, and we went out there and strummed away.
Mhm.
But then we got to go and be in Comic-Con for all the rest of the time because he gave us
Amazing.
tickets. So that was
You
That
guys
is
just luck your
one
way in
of
all
the
kinds of
greats
shit.
as well.
Yeah, we do.
We do. Just like we lucked our way into all of you. If it hadn't been
Exactly.
for pandemic, we wouldn't have met all of you people. So
Now,
lucked our way into that.
how did Price is Right come about?
Oh, well, The Price is Right was an interesting story because I'd actually gone in 2003 to when Bob Barker was there, and the tour bus that we took with the Navy got there so late, we were barely actually moved in, but by that time they'd chosen everybody they'd planned on being on the stage, so we were just there to watch. And I came back from deployments 2019. I just made the chief petty officer in the Navy, and I'm sitting on the couch during Thanksgiving, just after eating a bunch of food and watching the football game, and I looked and I said, "Oh, they're having a military show for The Price is Right." And so I tell her, and she's like, "But that's next week," and I'm like, "So?" She says, "We got to go back to school next week." I'm like, "So?" I'm just like, "You're not convincing me." And I said, "You know what? I'm going to get some tickets." And my stepsons, and they were just like, "Well, we'll go with you." And I'm like, "Okay." So I got 3 tickets, and we went down there, and I was in full dress blues uniform and everything else. And I don't know what it was, but during the interview, they seemed to really like my animated style and everything like that. And I literally was the first one called for the show. So I was the first one down there and everything else. And it happened to be the night that they called another CBS TV show over to try and help us out. And they were part of the SEAL Team show. And
with David Boreanaz.
Yes.
Hello.
So, and actually he comes running down there. Yeah, he comes running down the aisle when he comes. I get the first hug from him, but at that particular point, as you look at the thing, the camera's already panned away, and I'm like, Jesus, I got a hug from him on camera, and it's not even there. That's okay. But it took a while.
Sure you did, Marshall. Sure you did.
Yeah.
It took a while to get up on stage because I kept screwing up, but I finally
he wasn't a good player.
Not at first.
Not at all.
But then it just so happened that I was the last one. You know how that works with The Price is Right. So I said $901. I just overbid the last person.
You $1 somebody?
Yes, I did. I got up on stage.
Ultimate dick move.
Ultimate dick move.
If I ever get an opportunity, I will $1 every single fucking person I can. I don't care if I never make it on stage. I want to $1 a $1 though. Just once. When they say 901, I want to say 902.
And for a friend, if I ever got up there, I'm bidding 420. For a friend.
420. Travis, it is a handheld vacuum. 420. 420. It's a moped. 420. It's a sex toy. 69. So then you ended up. Did you win your game?
Oh yeah. The first game was the game that I got up there was the bullseye, and basically you had to get between $10 and $12 of how many grocery products and stuff like that. And the first time I was way over, and they were like, okay, well, we just ignore that. And came back and they said, what happened was the game kind of screwed up and something happened, and they literally stopped filming, took us off to the side and said, hang on, you guys come over here. We got to fix the game. So we were
to Google.
Yeah, no. We had to surrender our cell phones. So no, there was none of that. Okay. But David was up there talking me through, and him and I just had a really nice conversation. And he was like, well, what else are you thinking of? And he said, Drew Carey's like, yeah, you guys could talk it out while you're doing this, while they're trying to fix it. So we talked it out, and I did 3 eggnog, and that was my winner. And we won a trip to South Africa. Ooh. So hopefully once the COVID thing gets all cleared up, we'll be going to South Africa. It's taking that long to do that.
Wow.
Do you know what biltong is?
No.
Okay, you do now. Go there and ask for biltong. Doesn't matter where you ask, it will be amazing, but you can't get it that amazing outside of South Africa. So what did you do? I didn't even see it.
Where do you edit this episode, my friend?
Yeah, I look forward to those bits. I always miss stuff where they troll me mid-show because I'm so focused on our guests.
Expression is all you needed. I saw it.
Well, in the end, though, I ended up winning the spin on the wheel. The craziest thing with the wheel, the woman before me was basically
better.
She got 5 cents. Oh, well, I got to do it again, and then she gets $1, so she's already over. And I'm like, okay, so I get 70 cents, and I'm like, yeah, I think I should stop. So I pull off to the side, and the guy behind me gets 65 cents, and so he has to roll again, and of course he goes over, so I was automatically in the showcase.
So when you approached the wheel, did you go for the I'm going to spin this motherfucker as hard as I can, or I'm trying to land on one? Nice.
No, as hard as I could. Yep. If I had been in the Jack program before, I would have been like,
yep. I'm going to spin this bitch off. Yeah. Excellent. So you go up to the showcase?
And it was me and this other woman, and she she was doubting her bid. I think that's the reason why she didn't do as well. So I was off by $4,000, but she was off by $7,000. So I won a trip back to LA to go on behind the scenes with the SEAL team, with David and all of them. We got to watch them film.
A whole day.
That was one trip we have been able to take. And then we're going to Iceland because that one's finally been cleared the week of Thanksgiving.
Nice.
And I got a 2020 Jeep Compass.
Nice.
Wow.
I had a Compass. Did not like it.
I like it because it's on the Price is Right, but you're right. I'm not.
And it's free.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
But,
if it's free, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. But my license plate does say 3 eggnog just for that reason, because that's how it got started.
Hilarious.
Nice.
So yeah, that one really messed with that whole wonderful thing messed with our taxes that year. We were like,
I know it's a big tax thing.
Yeah, all of those in 1 year was not happy.
Yeah. But now it's all free, so it's like, let's go.
Yeah. So we already paid the taxes, so
exactly.
let's go. But yeah. And Iceland was really cool because we get to go when we're off from work anyway, we get to go. But then the part we were supposed to win was scuba diving. You can go scuba diving there in ice cold water, but since we're going now in winter, you can't do it then. So they switched it over for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like,
so we're going to go to the Blue Lagoon there,
which we love the Blue Lagoon.
Get massages and everything. So
yeah,
nice.
That's awesome.
We're going to go out on a schooner to see the lights.
The Northern
this time.
Lights too. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very
So
cool.
that was really
Good
cool.
luck.
Thanks.
But we did a lot of waiting for that because it's
Yeah.
almost a year and a half. Oh, it's longer.
Yeah, it's
almost
2
like
years.
2 years
Mhm.
since he won it, and the
Mm.
world closed down, so we couldn't do any of it. But he did get
That's
the
so
car
cool.
immediately, and we did get to go see the SEAL team before the world closed down.
Right.
So that was cool. But yeah, we do have weird
Yeah,
stories.
we do have some luck.
We do win shit.
You're the reason.
All we do is win, win, win.
Yeah, you're clearly the reason I don't have any. You took all of mine.
I do. I'll send you
That's
$1.
Thanks.
Just buy him a lotto ticket for $1,
Yeah.
and then there's a chance that he'll win.
Sadly,
Well,
one of your fine dollars will not buy me a lottery ticket because it's not enough money.
Actually, what we'll do
You
is,
poor
as we're
Americans.
flying over you to Iceland, we'll wave and say hi.
There you go.
He'll feel it. He'll be in the middle of work, and he'll be like,
I'm not sure that works.
Yeah, I don't think we fly that way.
Oh, never mind.
We go around the other way. I remember that.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Yeah, you got a large.
It was the thought that counts.
Yeah.
Didn't count very much, huh?
Either way, it would have been Scotland. But anyway, yes, fine.
So, I don't know how familiar you are with the show, but we ask the same 2 questions to every guest. The first one is we have a hype mix that we do where we ask every guest to add a song to a playlist that we would hope that it would get you in the mood to work out. Sometimes Boz screws that up, but he won't this time. We're actually starting a brand new mix, so all of us are going to be inputting, but we're going to let you do the honors. And so, Kat, lead us off. What is your favorite song to get ready to hit the mat with Travis at 3 a.m?
That's
No,
right.
I am so sorry, but actually, I don't have one. And I do know you ask everybody this. The reason I don't have one is because this bad as this sounds, I think I work out better with no music. And
Okay.
you have to understand, it's the way we listen to all of you. You think we can hear your music, but if we're on our
Except for
our
Sarah, we can hear
laptop,
hers.
we can hear Sarah's for some reason. We don't hear anything you guys ever play, and we don't know why. And we've tried it on our iPad, we've tried it on our laptop, we've tried it, and it's just so low. We never hear it anyway. So I've gotten used to just not working out with anything, I think.
True.
Even when I do it by myself, I don't have any music on.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then what
How'd you
9
know
Inch
about
Nails
Raining
song are you
Tacos
choosing?
then?
Yeah. What Inch Nail song are you choosing?
Capital G.
I knew it. I was saying, is it Hand That Feeds or Capital G?
Has to be capital G because it's political, and I loved it. I just thought that
It's
was a
very
good
Michael
slam.
Jackson feeling, actually. It's like an
Yeah.
industrial Michael Jackson beat.
It
It's
is.
fantastic.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. Go.
It's The Way
Well-
You Make You Feel by Michael
Yeah.
Jackson, but
It
industrial.
is.
Yeah.
The way, yeah,
Think
it's
about
the same
that.
one.
Maybe you have to put those back to back.
A mashup. There, do a mashup.
There you go.
Absolutely. It probably exists.
My choice would be because of the way this is all worked out for us. I want to put the song "Weird Science" on there because this is kind of a good
Cool
science.
song.
Excellent.
Pretty cool. Love it.
And it's a retro
Nice.
song.
Yeah, and it's a retro
Oh,
song. Yeah,
Kelly.
Boz, what are you going with? Did you say R. Kelly?
No.
He's canceled.
Too soon, guys. Too soon.
I'm gonna go
Leave the
trapped in the
Bronx, you
closet too.
bastard.
Holy shit.
There's a
Gotta
story.
edit that part.
Somebody keeps snorting. It's not you, is it?
No.
All right, so what do you got, Boz?
Fucking got me. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Unprepared as ever. Fucking sprung that on me. You might notice I didn't have time to read the notes this week either.
I literally said it when we started the show, but
I missed
okay.
that as well. I'm fucking knackered.
All right,
So
Tom, what do
come
you got?
back to me. Come back to me. Because
So this song has been just, I don't know, it's one of the go-tos. CM Punk ruined it for all of us, unfortunately, but Cult Personality, Living Color, every time I hear it, it makes me go crazy. When I saw that unveil of his,
That
like
clip
when
was
he
awesome.
came to AEW, that was just like goosebumps. And that, like, the stuff never really affects me. Just incredible. So
Oh yeah,
awesome.
great debut.
Just gets you going
Great
every time
debut,
you hear it.
Travis?
I have a few I want to toss up there, but I think I'm just gonna go with "Look at Where We Are Now" by Major Lazer.
Excellent track.
I like that.
I'm gonna go with "Let the Music Play" by Shannon. It's like a
love
1980s
that
retro
song.
We just had
breakbeat
that on
track.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were listening to old. I'm sorry. We're listening.
You'll
to
know
other
it as soon as
stuff.
you hear it, boss.
And
You'll
Yeah.
know
oh,
it.
okay.
He
Yeah.
liked that.
The
yeah.
first whoosh.
Right.
It's a Lakers '80s song, but it also has a disco feel to it at the same time.
Oh, it's very yeah.
So
And
right on
like
that
I said,
cusp of where everything was.
And it's
Yeah, I
got
think
it's
so.
got it's got a breakbeat that hip hop has stolen for like decades.
Right.
They have just taken that and just incorporated it into all kinds of hooks and
Yeah.
And it just that shit it slams. It's so good.
Okay. I'll
All
got
right,
mine.
Where are we at?
My song is by a band called Nano War of Steel, not Mano War of Steel, and it's a song called Norwegian Reggaeton.
Yes, you shared
So
that.
for
with me.
those anyone who's done our workouts, we have quite a weird eclectic playlist, but sometimes
She's
there is
looking
the
that
odd
up right now.
I know. I'm looking it up. I'm so bad.
reggaeton track.
On me.
So the conceit of this is these guys do basically parody metal songs, but just brilliantly proficient. And whatever style they're doing, whether it's they do a lot of power metal stuff, but they're aping power metal. They did one called Val Hallelujah a few years ago, which basically has lyrics which are IKEA furniture names. They are superb and really brilliant. And I hadn't heard this song, and it's the most me song right now because of my playlist. And it's Norwegian reggaeton because it's basically black metal singers doing reggaeton, and they do sing in Spanish, and it's worth translating the words because they're like dance on the grave to the rhythm of the rumba is one of the lyrics. Because you've got black metal guys there, full corpse paint, but the girls shaking their booties next to the swimming pool. It's genius, absolute genius. But watch the video.
So
It's
they're
a good
like the
song too.
Weird Al of metal, huh?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, just a bit more obscure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Okay.
Google the lyrics and translate them. You do yourself a favor.
And then our last question is our hypothetical fist fight. And so we're gonna go with who do you got in a fist fight? Diamond Dallas Page, Bob Barker, or Drew Carey?
We'll do that last one.
Okay.
And the first one of
All
them.
right. I'm
Two
gonna say-
WWE Hall of Famers.
Yeah, no, I'm going to say it this way only because I recently posted a picture in the DDP checked transformation of this 91-year-old World War II veteran doing one-handed push-ups. So I'm going to go with Bob Barker.
Oh.
He's got a good jab. We've all
Yeah, he
seen it.
does. Yeah.
Reviews, yeah.
Yeah, from Adam
exactly.
Sandler.
The price
yeah.
is wrong, bitch. So,
Exactly.
my money is also on Bob.
I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because
Like,
sometimes you rule out people because of age. Hello, I feel that all the time. And then you find out, holy crap, just like you guys when I said I took him to a Nine Inch Nails concert and I go to see Weezer and I go to see all these other people. And I also see a lot of country, but people peg me so totally wrong all the
Yeah, they're
time.
like, that's
You
Trent
have
Reznor's mom.
Yeah, exactly.
That's Rivers Cuomo's mom. Every show you go, you just get backstage. Yes, I am with the band. I brought them cookies.
You should try that.
There was one time, you have to understand, we live in an area where a lot of performers also have houses, not where we live, but in the outskirts. And I remember 3 times so far I've been at a Starbucks, and not in the last year though, because everything was closed, or a year and a half. But Alice Cooper has a home here. So I'd be sitting outside of Starbucks the very first time it happened, and there he was. And I can't remember why we talked the first time. And then we ended up just chit-chatting. And he says, well, did you get his autograph and all this stuff? And I go, no, because then it would have made it not so special, because I just treated him like a normal person.
Yeah.
He's just, that's who he happened to be. But the second time I saw him there, I did tell him, I said, because we had just gone to see him, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I said, oh my God. I said, I just saw you. And he goes, you're seeing me now. Like, no, I mean, we went to see him. But it was kind of funny. But we get to see a lot of different famous people sometimes here.
Do you know the great DDPY link you have there, by the way?
No.
With Nina.
Nina, yeah.
Nita Strauss.
Nita,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, sorry, Nita Strauss.
Yeah, his guitarist is a well, I don't know.
Phenomenal guitarist.
Yep, but
Love her stuff.
yeah, she does a lot of solo tours now. But yeah, she's a big DDPYer.
And
Has
she
actually
toured with
been in a
Alice
few workouts
for
on the
last time.
I'm going to ping her now.
So, yep.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Well, awesome. Do you guys got any last parting words you want to say?
I just want to say, or I want to thank all the instructors and everybody, but I want to just praise you all for doing what you do here on the podcast, and also in your own lives, your personal lives and things, and DDP, if you're not going to call it that anymore, whatever it is. I just really appreciate all the time and energies you guys have all spent putting into what you do so that we can do what we do. And I just really appreciate that.
I want to echo that, and I'm dead serious that if one day we can all find a way to work out together, hell yeah,
Oh
bring
God, I'm going to travel every which way.
Yep.
You have no. We keep talking about it. It's going to happen. So we're going to.
Don't come here. It's cold and raining and shit, but we'll come to you.
Tom just
I
got
know
a new
Travis
office. We can all
talked
go
about
work out
that.
there.
It's pretty big.
No, we
Pretty
don't want to go
big.
to Travis's because we will never leave that compound.
Just a little bit of Kool-Aid, guys. Just a little bit of Kool-Aid.
Hey, actually, for the record, I have found out that it actually was not Kool-Aid.
It wasn't
was Flavor
Kool-Aid.
Aid.
Nope.
It was
Flavor Aid,
Flavor Aid,
yeah.
and that Kool-Aid has been trying for years to dispel that.
Get rid
So
of
let me
that.
help
Yep,
a
yep,
big
yep.
major corporation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Flavor Aid.
Flavor
Mm.
Aid, the
Hilarious.
knockoff.
Asshole couldn't even spend the extra 9 cents a pack.
No.
I know.
Yep, got the cheap version.
Well, hopefully, if plans go well, I'm making my way out to California in May. I'm trying to run a half marathon out there. So,
Which part of
That's a
California?
long run. That's a really
Yosemite.
long run.
Yosemite National
Oh,
Park.
we just went there.
That'd
Oh,
be
we'd be more
beautiful.
than down for that if we can break over there.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
See
We'll
you
come root you
wiggle
on,
your
absolutely.
ass all over the place.
Run it with me.
More like walk it for us, but okay.
Hey,
Hey, I know I am released to start running also, so I just haven't done it. I think I'm still kind of chicken. My foot after having 2 operations, it just makes you feel like
Oh,
I better
yeah,
not.
yeah.
I don't want to,
Yeah.
but I can. I mean, I can, but I haven't.
It'll be on the same day we're having Smitty's run, so that's a 5K. for
Oh,
some
okay,
people, so-
yeah, anniversary of that.
yeah, it's a 5K for all you losers. I myself am running a half marathon.
No, what I did was
Maybe five.
actually I asked Matt Magnuson to run a half marathon with me. So he's like, "Hey, this is really cool out here." So I said, "Shit, let's jump on it."
Yeah.
Yeah, we signed up for a Spartan in July, and my buddy said, "Hey, did we do that thing where we get the the date of the race and our first time tattooed on us?" I was like, "We could probably do that now and just get like DQ or DNF. We can just go ahead and get that done ahead of time." It's like we're training really hard for not finishing, so we're just gonna approach it with just a ludicrous approach. Like we finish, we don't, we don't. I told him that I'm not even going to train running. I'm just all the obstacles. You have to do, I think, 10 burpees to skip the obstacle. So I'm just going to train burpees only. Just,
Oh yeah,
if there's no penalty, be like, that dude finished in like 35 minutes.
exactly.
Well, my forte lately, and I have checked into this, is doing another mud run because it's really not a run. It's more obstacle oriented
Right.
and slimy and slippery and just a lot of fun. So that's what my next goal is. I really like those, and now that I can do that, I just think it's just
That's
such
awesome.
a fun thing to do. I don't know.
I literally
It
can't
slips
think of
like-
anything worse. But I'm happy for you. You enjoy
I
that.
love mud runs.
And you remember I follow her and things, so I guess I'm doing it too.
So apparently
Got
I'm
your
training
marching
for a mud
orders.
run.
I'd come. I'd get to the first obstacle, land face first, roll over, and go, mud bath.
Going home.
I'm finding that you being in the Navy was only planning for you to follow her orders. Is what that is.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh
what
shit!
that is.
Thank you, Travis. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
That's
Very
awesome.
much.
All right,
Thank you,
Boz.
guys. This has been an absolute blast. Can't thank you enough for coming on.
Thank you very much for having us.
We normally, traditionally now, Thomas has a nutrition segment, I believe.
I'm going to forego my nutrition segment because I actually have something I think that's going to be a little better. I was going to talk about whole food, plant-based diets just for a minute, just kind of blah, blah, blah.
You
'cause
know
they're so into it.
nothing. You know nothing.
Correct. So, so here's what I have to share with you guys. I never had a client that was whole food, plant-based until Kat. So that gave me an opportunity to educate myself really, really well, which was good. I was going to talk about that. I got something a little bit better. So you guys, opened up about how much the teaching community meant to you. I want to say as a teacher how much the teaching community meant to us. Travis and I have been having this private conversation forever. But I have a really cool example. I've been struggling with my own fitness since COVID. I've been struggling with a lot of mental issues about that as well. And I knew that I couldn't go on my own and just continue to try to work out and try getting stronger. So what I started doing is waking up early. I started going to Travis's classes. And that meant so much to me that we have that availability, right? Because I could have gone on the app and I could have just ran through the workouts by myself. I needed that personalized touch that all you guys needed. And Travis said he got nervous the first time he saw me pop in. And I was nervous too, because I didn't want him to see me in that dilapidated state. And honestly, teaching in front of you guys, I didn't want to be seen that way. But we're all together here doing this, the same thing. And it just meant so much to me, Travis, that you were there for me and to just make no judgments and just say, holy shit, man, we're going to do this workout together. So I just want to thank you personally for that.
Right on,
and it's just been really cool. So for the rest of probably the month you'll be seeing my face every morning
Nice.
until the 15th or whenever that closes down. But I just wanted to kind of say to everybody out there that listens, you guys mean the world to us that have all come to our classes. And for those of you who reached out in the last few weeks or last few days and just said, this is what it means to me. It just means the world for us to read these messages and to know what we've done. And we're not going to forget about that. And we're not going anywhere. So just stay tuned.
Well said.
Fight the fucking power.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, mine's over here somewhere.
Everyone's like, that Marshall guy did not join in. Fuck him.
He was on the other side doing this.
Exactly.
Nope, you summed it up perfectly, Tom. It's been an opportunity for so many people to grow their practice, to grow their instruction, and you just hope that whatever comes out of it, obviously there's a live life at 90%, but you just hope that 90% is worth living. So, yep. I'll say if you want to reach out to us, shoot us an email at hitthematpodcast@gmail.com. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell here on YouTube so you can know when we drop new content on Napster and Kazaa. If you're listening to us on any podcast app, be sure that you rate and review to help us move up in the ranks. We're going to start doing audio-only workouts because that's not against terms of service. Just kidding. All right.
Ooh la la.
With the music in the background.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's just like all kinds of copyright strikes from all over the place. Yeah, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Hit the Mat Podcast. You can find me on Instagram at Burn the Boats Fitness. You can find Boz.
Facebook, I guess.
At Back on Track Living. And Boz.
I'm not petulant. I haven't changed the name, so it's still what it was.
Bozimandius? Is that how you say it?
Oh, are we saying that? Yeah. If you're interested in this ridiculousness, and we've been making some very funny TikToks this weekend. I'm in my 40s. TikToks for kids. Blah blah blah. Now I've seen Pippa, who does our social media stuff, just run her creativity all weekend doing these TikTok things. I'm like, it's actually a pretty special that I see. Like, Tina will be proud of me. Put it that way. I've made an effort. So there'll probably be more of those coming.
I can't wait. I look forward to your TikTok dances.
No, there'll be no dancing.
Can't wait.
But that was it. I'd written it off because of the dancing. And when you see the other cool shit you can do by stealing other people's audio and syncing to it, your imagination, sky's the limit. And I just ran around a convention hall with a fluffy hat on at the end of today's con. So it came out brilliantly. So if I do so myself.
Look, here comes the consequence. Consequences of my actions chasing me right now. I don't want no consequence. I don't want no consequences chasing me right now. Someone take this consequence. Someone take this consequence and chasing me right now. Jesus, take the consequence. Jesus, take the consequence chasing me right now.
So yes, it's Bozymandius is my handle on Instagram, which is separate from all the Back on Track stuff, and it is all my Silver Sabres display convention videos. You will see me fighting people and dying and stuff like that.
And going forward, all Back on Track living live workouts for DDPY will be on TikTok in 30-second reels.
With lightsabers. Yes. If you want to follow me on TikTok, the name is Cart Bosman, which is basically Eric Cartman from South Park with my name smashed in the middle. So there you can find that there.
And Travis?
The Real Shamrock Fitness on Instagram and Shamrock Fitness on Facebook. You can still catch us at transitioncoach.ca with Marcel Dore and Beverly Booma for a short time, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm continuing.
And Thomas.
And just come to Project Mayhem on Facebook. Find out exactly what we're going to be doing over the next few weeks, months, hopefully years.
Get jacked.
Awesome.
Kat Marshall, where can people follow you? Do you have Instagrams and?
We only have Facebook, and all kidding aside, I've had a lot of people question me and ask me things that I'm very willing to talk about. So anybody can ping me on Facebook. Marshall, the same.
Yep, same thing.
Yeah.
Love to hear from you guys.
Marshall, what's your OnlyFans again?
Say that again, Tom.
Captain.
What's your OnlyFans?
Petty Officer Mallory. At
Chief Petty
OnlyFans.com.
Officer.
Oh, sorry.
Chief
My bad.
Yeah.
Petty
Oh,
Officer.
that means something.
You upgraded. I forgot.
At OnlyFans.
And then your OnlyFans
That's
doubled
so
in
cute.
cost. Big deal. You got a fucking promotion, dude. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean you get to charge me twice as much.
No, I just
Depends what he takes
Win
off.
shit on the prices right. There you go.
The Petty Officer is still the same. Wink, wink.
Hey, he did get bossier with me after he became a chief. He
Yeah.
expected
They
me
trained
to
us that
treat
way.
him the same as on the ship, and I'm like, oh no. Mm-mm.
It does not work like that.
Excellent.
Awesome. Guys, we've had
Thank
such
you
a
both.
blast with you. It's been so much fun. So it just remains for
Thank
us to raise our beverages and say to everybody, go hit the mat.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Get the
The
mat.
mat.
Get the mat.
Better Hit the Mat podcast.
I'm not going to
But-
desist it until they've got something else to offer.
What I am going to do is make a fucking change to when
Ahead
it
of
does
time.
happen, I'm not going to be caught,
Yeah, you got more at stake.
with nothing.
Yeah.
I do.
I teach
and
2 classes a week, dude. You teach more than that before lunchtime.
That's so fucking true. They're very. Look at that. It's like the
I thought
dark
that
and
was
the
a
light
split
side.
screen. It's a bookcase.
Oh,
I thought it was 2 different
Oh,
feeds.
there you go. Hilarious.
Nice.
Very yin yang.
Cool. Back to podcast. I've still got weird contact lenses in as well, so it's a thing.
It was a BDSM convention.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh, and we were
we need to
there.
go.
Hello.
Actually, you're joking, but there was a lot of furries this weekend.
just bronies
I
and
know
Sonic.
furries.
Yeah.
I know furries.
Don't take that any way you want.
she looks at her like, what? He's
I'm easy. He never was easy.
Oh, okay.
She had to fight for that.
That's why I married her. I mean,
It's the outtakes taken care of.
We're gonna drop you backstage. I'm gonna force Tom to read the intro.
Okay.
And
I'm actually prepared. I got it up and everything.
Hey.
Whoa.
Tom got it up for once.
Wait, what?
let it be known that I got Tom up.
Boss needs to go to
coma.
bed.
Yes.
You need something. I don't
No,
know.
I am jumping in a bath full of Epsom salts before I go to bed.
Oh, that too.
Oh, you should put water in there too.
My body
Yeah.
hates me right
Yeah, you don't want to Scrooge McDuck it. It's
Salt.
just
A little bit of water
Little-
helps.
Sandpaper.
Oh, the exfoliation.
Making salt angels.
Talking about spray and spray. I don't think he's talking about that.
No, I
is
don't
he?
think so.
Yeah.
My shirt. Copy. My
Oh,
shirt.
yeah, we
What?
match.
Copy.
Look at we're a
Oh,
couple.
look.
We match shirts.
Oh, I need to put you as a meme on the podcast now.
We're a couple and we don't.
We don't, yeah.
It's because you're not as in love as we are.
Oh, fuck you.
That's okay. She gives Tom one of those every day. So that's all
Every day. That's my,
I did this morning too.
that's
I
my
think.
good morning every
Yeah.
single morning that I get.
So,
All right, man. Have a good night. Later.
pull tattoos off my face.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, and that's a retro song. Yeah.
Kelly.
Boz, what are you going with? Did you say R. Kelly?
No.
He's canceled.